Hello everybody, welcome back to Screenstars. I'm here today to bring you my review for the 2024 horror thriller Presence. The film is directed by Steven Soderbergh and it stars Lucy Liu, Chris Sullivan, Kalina Liang and Eddie Madej. Right, the film follows a family that move into a new house. However, as they move in, they slowly learn that their house has the presence of a spirit. The daughter believes it's someone that she knows, but the family soon realise that they have to kind of figure out how they're going to move along with their lives with this presence with them. Right. What are my thoughts on Presence? Well, this is a ghost story with a difference. Now, when you explain the synopsis for this film, it just sounds like another ghost story. Typical ghost story. A family moves into a house, and there's a ghostly presence there, and then ghostly stuff happens. So far, so pretty standard, really. However, this film tells the story completely from the ghost's perspective. So, for instance, like when the film starts, you basically just see what actually is obviously cameras going around the house, but it's actual fact. It's the presence, it's the spirit wandering around this empty house. And then you see the family coming in, Lucy Liu's family coming in and stuff, and it's following them around and listening to their conversations. And this goes on for a bit. The daughter makes a connection. She realizes, but she thinks the daughter that it's her friend who died of an overdose, I believe it was, fairly recently. And the family have moved to kind of get away from all this. So she feels it's her friend that's kind of come to haunt her, sort of thing. So you've got this really quite disjointed family that is trying to move on with their lives. The brother and sister don't really get on. The husband and wife don't really get on particularly. There's lots of friction in the family, and this ghost observes it all and becomes really quite protective, I think it's fair to say, towards this family. So this is an odd one. It really is an odd one, because I don't recall ever seeing a ghost story being told quite like this. I'm sure there might be examples of something similar out there, but to be told in such a unique way by such a gifted visionary director as Steven Soderbergh, it kind of hits different, this one, if you like, and it's not always in an impactful way. Now, I think this would have worked for me if the film had actually been scary. Unfortunately, it's not. It feels like a family drama being watched by a ghost, essentially, but that ghost is you as the audience member, I suppose. It's just a big family drama from beginning to end, and occasionally the ghost gets involved. It'll knock drinks off the side, or it'll shake things in a room, and it gets quite protective of the daughter, and for good reason as well, as you learn later in the film. And I'm not even going to go anywhere near spoilers or anything, obviously. And there is quite a nice twist at the end, I suppose. But the rest of the film just doesn't deliver for me. I don't remember feeling fear ever in this. And I think if this had really pushed that button, or just dialed the fear up a little bit, I think it could have really worked. And I think that's probably because this director obviously is a very, very talented director. Obviously, he's done the Oceans films, he's done loads and loads of stuff. Check his filmography, and I'm sure you've heard of the director. Of course you have. But he, I don't recall him doing a horror before. And I could be wrong on that, but I don't recall him doing a horror before. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. I haven't gone through his full filmography. Obviously, he's obviously known for Erin Brockovich and Traffic and the Oceans films and all that kind of stuff. But his talent for me doesn't lie with horror. It's told from a very unique perspective. This film, and it is filmed beautifully at times, and the performances are all good. The direction's great. It's quite eerily calming at times. This film, but I don't want that from a horror film. I don't want my horror films to feel eerily calming, or quite relaxing at times. I want to have the shit scared out of me, even if it's just a small amount of times in a horror film. Some of the best horror films out there, will kind of keep that tension going, but only push the button a few times to really give you the willies. And this never pushes the button. It threatens to a few times. You're kind of thinking, oh, it's ramping up now when the ghost starts making itself, this presence starts making itself known to the family. You start getting that feeling like, oh, this is going to start ramping up now. They're bringing a medium in now. Things are going to start ramping up. We're going to start finding out about this presence and this, that. And it just never moves on, never progresses until the last 5-10 minutes of the film, where the tension increases in the film, but not really to do with the presence or the ghostly presence in the house. So it really, for me, it feels like a missed opportunity, this one. A very unique film, very unique concept, some really, really cool ideas. But for me, front and center, if you're making a horror or a thriller or a horror thriller, you need to deliver on some scares. You need to deliver on some tension. You need to kind of draw your audience in and make them, the hairs on the back of the neck stand up a few times. And this doesn't do that, unfortunately. It's an interesting film to watch, and it's unique in that sense. So I do really, give it a thumbs up for that, for giving us something original. But beyond that, it's not a film I'll ever want to watch again, because, it's a horror film that isn't scary at all, in my opinion. So, yeah, that's my thoughts on Presence. Let me know in the comments if you've seen this film, what your thoughts are on it. And, of course, I will be back with plenty more reviews and content on the channel. Don't forget, guys, to like the video if you enjoyed this review, or if you found it useful. Comment, share, do all that lovely stuff. And of course, if you are new to the channel, come on, guys, you're welcome to subscribe. Come and join this community. It's a brilliant, brilliant community. Everybody loves to talk about movies here, and you are most welcome. So thanks, guys. I will see you back here very, very soon.